Hey guys, All Sports 83, sporting another video at you. And in today's video, we're doing part 7 of my series, NASCAR Heat 6 and Beyond. We're talking about the future of NASCAR gaming. And in today's video, we're going to talk about online racing. Let's get to it. Racing with other gamers around the country and around the world has quickly become the racing mode of choice for many involved in the community. This has even spawned online racing leagues, and of course the NASCAR Heat Pro League for the console world specifically. So naturally, there's ample reason for 704 Games to make online racing a priority moving into the next-gen consoles. Look, you know the pattern by now, so let's get into it. Let's get into my thoughts about online racing. First and foremost, the physics of racing in close quarters with another gamer must be more precise in the future if this experience is going to live up to the high expectations. I run an online league myself, and I can't tell you how many times an incident during the race has resulted in gamers claiming different outcomes on their respective screens. Now, I understand that the network strength of each gamer also plays a role in the quality of racing, but I can personally attest to two racers with strong internet having experienced different things happening that resulted in crashes. This makes online racing more difficult to enjoy. I'm not a tech person by nature, so I can't speak to how this could be fixed, but I think many in the gaming community would agree that 704 Games should spend as much time as it takes to eliminate this problem. Okay, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about some options within the online racing portal. For most gamers who create a racing lobby, there is a desire to have more control over this lobby. Namely, I'm talking about trolls who wish to intentionally ruin races by crashing into other cars on purpose during these races. 704 Games has made real efforts to help with this problem, and that is much appreciated. But these trolls have found some workarounds and continue to be an issue for those who wish to have a genuine racing experience on the online platform. One trick that seems to enable these trolls is they enter a race, and after running a few laps and ruining the race for others, they disconnect from the lobby before the host can remove them. Then they simply re-enter that room or bounce around other lobbies to continue wrecking others. There may not be a perfect fix to this problem, but I do have one idea. There could be an option for the host to view every gamer attached to that lobby regardless if they're still in the lobby. So, after a race is over and the lobby is back to the main menu, the host would have the option to view all past and present gamers attached to that lobby. In addition, the host could scroll through this list of gamers and remove or boot any trolls, even if they're not currently in that lobby. This would prevent them from re-entering that lobby in the future. In addition, it may be appropriate to even give a host a warning if a gamer that they've booted in the past is trying to join a future lobby, giving that host the option to grant or deny entry before a problem occurs. Lastly, a host should also be able to undo this removal while they're in between races in the lobby. This is important because there are times when a gamer makes a genuine mistake and then they get booted from the lobby. That gamer has messaged the host to apologize and things get smoothed over. This option to remove a boot, or whatever you want to call this, this option would allow the host to reinstate the player that was previously removed from the lobby. Again, I'm not a tech guy, so I really don't have any idea how this could be executed, but it is an idea to reduce these issues of trolls. While we're on lobby talk, I also think that the gamer, when first jumping onto the online portal, they should be able to filter out which types of races they want to search through, which kind of lobbies. Usually when you get on these pages, there are pages and pages of races, and it's hard to find the exact type of race you want. So I think you should be able to filter these results out so that you can see only the kind of races you'd be interested in joining. Okay, so as I mentioned at the start of this video, online leagues are growing rapidly within the racing community. So there are some things I'd like to see that could enhance this experience. For starters, a point system complete with season parameters built within the online racing portal would be a great way to house such a league. Essentially, all parameters would be set by the host or league owner. Now, all settings would be determined by the host during the initial setup of the season. Everything should be an option here. Custom schedules, race length, caution type, point structure, damage settings. Basically, much of the setting structures I've highlighted in previous videos of this series should be at play for an online racing league structure. The host would invite all members of the league after the initial setup. Those members could accept the invitation at any point before the first race. Once they enter the league, they would automatically receive all future communications and race invitations connected to that league. Obviously, this means that the host can initiate each event that would automatically invite all members. At this point, that event would operate like any normal lobby, but under the parameters set at the beginning of the season. The only real difference would be a new feature for a qualifying session. Basically, every member gets 1 to 3 laps set by the host to complete alone on the track. Now, all members are doing this at the same time, but they're not racing each other. No draft or even ghost cars as a distraction. This simultaneous qualifying session could speed up the process right before the race. After this session, the members are not taken back to the lobby. Instead, the track is already loaded for the players, so why not just keep the players in the session looking at a loop similar to the open of each track like you see here. On the host's screen, there is an option to begin the race. Once all members are ready, the host can initiate and the race begins. I'm sure there are many other additions that could come with this concept, but it seems like a good start to build an online racing league. Maybe you can also include stats that members can review, such as wins, top 5s, top 10s, laps led, pretty much all of the normal stats that you would typically care about. But other than that, this seems like a great base structure for online racing leagues to operate within the NASCAR Heat game itself. But give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you think it's a good idea or if I've missed anything big or important that could make this concept work. Okay, so the next thing that I would think is pretty cool is really linked to my last video regarding downloadable content. I spoke about the ability to purchase and download classic races so players can relive or rewrite history. Well, building on that idea, it seems really cool to allow all players who own the same DLC event to race that event together online. That's really my only thought about this. 704 Games would need people that are a lot smarter than me to work out the logistics behind such an idea. But I think it would make these DLC races even more fun. Also, you could do the same thing with the online challenges that currently exist. Multiplayer challenges in general could be a fun way to extend the life of NASCAR games even more. I do want to say that I think online racing has been a strong suit for 704 Games. Don't get me wrong, there have been some execution glitches like the ones I mentioned earlier, and there's the relaxed and strict caution algorithm, but many features and concepts for NASCAR Heat's version of online racing has been really well done in my opinion. Okay, maybe I should explain that caution statement. Essentially, under the current games, if the host sets the race lobby to strict cautions, it takes almost nothing for the game to initiate a caution. Literally scraping the wall will pretty much do it. This makes racing with this caution setting nearly impossible. On the other side, with relaxed cautions, multiple cars can wreck and a car can be 20 feet in the air and upside down, and you may or may not get a caution. Basically, it'd be nice if 704 Games could seek a more balanced approach in the future. I do like 2 different caution options, however. It exemplifies how 704 Games truly makes an effort to create options for the gamer. Well, I think that's pretty much it, and I think I've come to the end of the road for this series. In a moment, I'll tell you what I'm thinking could be next for this channel, but first I want to draw a conclusion about the future of NASCAR gaming. If it's done properly, I see 704 Games developing a core of followers and gaming fans that can help them grow and continue to build on the partnership that will create benefits for both them and the NASCAR community. Right now, I think they understand that, unlike bigger developers like EA Sports. As I said in the beginning of this series, every edition of the NASCAR Heat franchise has been an improvement from the last. I personally can't say that for many other games backed by big money and big resources. And the reason is the key to success is proper relationships with the fans. It's not just a partnership with the wallet. If that's all it needed, then the latest edition of the Madden football game would be, all the rave. Currently, 704 Games seems to really care what the community thinks. They can't please everyone, but many of the changes and improvements they've made have been a direct result of hearing out the gaming community, and they deserve a ton of credit for that. Hopefully this will continue because it will remain the key to long-term success and quality NASCAR games for all of us to enjoy. Now, as for my channel, I'm thinking about continuing a series I began during NASCAR Heat 3. I call it the Live Lobby Showdown. Basically, I join a live lobby, I race a few races, you see the highlights of how those races turn out, and at the end of the night, I rate those lobbies based on the quality of its racers. If you need an example of this, I'll link one of the original episodes in the description below so you can determine if you like that idea or not. And you can let me know if you like this concept, and I'll consider your thoughts and I'll take them under advisement as I consider where to go next with this channel. Lastly, I know that I've gained a few subscribers because of this series, and I want to say thank you. I don't ask for subscriptions because if you like my content, you're going to subscribe, and I am grateful. But I'm only grateful because I really just want to be a part of the NASCAR community. I will not monetize this channel. I don't like having ads on it. I want you guys to just be able to see this information and take part in the conversation. I've really enjoyed talking with you. And I do have one humble request. If you like the content of this series and want to see it in future NASCAR games, share it with others. Get the word out. Use this information in your own content, or you can direct others to this video series. Otherwise, thanks for taking the journey with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. Until I've discovered a new conversation or a new series, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and you can certainly view all of my other videos, comment on those, take part in any discussion that's related to those videos, and certainly let me know what you think about the Live Lobby Showdown idea. I'm pretty sure I'm going to maybe throw a couple of those out there with the NASCAR Heat 5 game. But ultimately, I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos about the future of gaming, and maybe we'll get to see some of these ideas show up in the future games. If not all of them, that would be a miracle, but it would be great. But thanks again, appreciate it, and you guys have a good one.